بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Dear medical student, in this lecture we discuss development of the female genital system. Revision for development of male genital system. This is the embryo, the outer layer of ectoderm, and the inner tube, which is called the gut. This is the gut. And this is what's called the mesonephric duct, tubules, and the kidney. And from the mesoderm, this is the genital ridge. The genital ridge divided into upper part, which is called the suspensory ligament, the middle part, which is called the gonads. The gonads may be testes in a male or ovary in female. The lower part, which is called gubernaculum. The gubernaculum attached in area called genital swelling in this area. Cross section in the embryo. This is the cross section. The outer layer. This is the outer layer of ectoderm, and this is the gut from endoderm. And this is the peritoneum or coelomic cavity. And this is the gonads formed of mesenchyme, collection of mesoderm or mesenchyme. Also, from the back of the peritoneum or coelomic epithelium add tissue. So the gonads are now formed of two types of cells, mesenchyme in green color, and coelomic epithelium from the back of the peritoneum. The third type of cells present in the gut here and migrate in the dorsal mesentery and incorporated in the gonads. Now the gonads are formed of three types of cells. Cells in blue color from germinal epithelium, and the cells in green color formed of mesenchyme, and the cells in red color, which is called the germ cells. Up till now, this is in different stage. The embryo may be developed as male or female. Later on, the mesenchyme divided into cord. This cord called primary sex cord. As we discussed in the previous lecture, the primary sex cord, this is the primary sex cord. The primary sex cord maybe gives seminiferous tubule as when this embryo is later on become a male and developed as a testis, which we discussed in the previous lecture. But in this lecture, we discuss the development of the female genital system. So these gonads developed as ovary. Again, in different stage here, the gonads formed of three types of cells. Cells from epithelium or germinal epithelium from the back of the mesentery, from the back of the peritoneum, mesenchyme from the mesoderm, which present in the hair. This is mesoderm, and germ cells which formed in the area of the gut and migrate in the dorsal mesentery and incorporated in the gonads. Development of an ovary. We begin by this diagram. development of the ovary. At first, the primary sex cord degenerate. So this is the ovary. The primary sex cord in green color degenerate and present in the center of the ovary as medulla of the ovary. At the same time, from the area of the cortex, which is formed from epithelium or germinal epithelium, another cord formed called cortical cords or secondary cord. Cortical cords or secondary cords. The cortical cords later on cells of the cortical cords form clusters of cells surrounding the germ cells. Now, the ovary formed. The ovary formed in the region of the abdominal region. Then the ovary descend in the pelvis. The second step is descent of the ovary. Ovary formed here, but this become ovary. Descent of the ovary in the pelvis. Gabernaculum, this is a gabernaculum, drag the ovary with the fallopian tube, as we discussed now, inshallah, with the development of the uterus and fallopian tube. So the ovary descend in the region of the pelvis. This is the development of the ovary. Development of genital ducts. Development of genital ducts, male and female genital ducts. We have two types of duct. Mesonephric duct and the para-mesonephric duct. In the embryo, either male or female, containing both this duct. In male embryo containing or have mesonephric duct and the paramesonephric duct. Also, the female embryo have mesonephric duct and the paramesonephric duct. In mesonephric duct gives the male genital ducts. The paramesonephric duct gives the female genital duct. The male embryo containing both ducts. So if this embryo developed as male, the paramesonephric duct degenerate, and still in the embryo as remnant. This remnant of paramesonephric duct in male present in the prostatic urethra as what is called the prostatic utricle. If this embryo is female, the mesonephric duct degenerate and remaining in the embryo as what is called epiphron and paraphron, which are the content of the broad ligament. Development of the male duct. Development of the male ducts. What is the male duct? In male ducts, try نعمل كده برفيوم عشان هنا Anatomy of the male duct. What is the male ducts? We meaning by male duct, this is the testis. From the testis, there are tubules called vas efferentia, then epididymis, then vas deferens. Vas deferens enter the inguinal canal. The vas deferens united with what is called seminal vesicle to form ejaculatory duct. This is urinary bladder and the urethra. This is the prostate. The ejaculatory duct open in prostatic urethra. يبقى الميل duct اللي هو الفازا افرنشيا and epididymis, vas deferens, seminal vesicle and ejaculatory duct. Development of the male duct. In this, suppose this embryo is a male and this is a testis. Remember here, this is a mesonephric duct and this is a mesonephric tubules, and suppose this is a testis. The upper group or cranial group of a mesonephric tubule degenerate and form what's called appendix of the testis. A lower group here also degenerate and form what's called paradidymis. The middle group enter in the testis to form the vas efferentia, and this part form epididymis, and this part form the vas deferens, and pouch appear from here called to form a seminal vesicle. Later on, the testis descend with the male duct. The male duct is developed from a mesonephric duct. So development of the female ducts. In the back, suppose this is the peritoneum. In the back of the peritoneum, two tubes arise from the back of the peritoneum like this. These two tubes like this from the back of the peritoneum. These two tubes called the para-mesonephric duct. The para-mesonephric duct or Mullerian duct formed of three parts: vertical part, horizontal part, and another vertical part. These two vertical parts present in the back here of the urogenital sinus. This is the cloaca. The cloaca later on divided into urogenital sinus and rectoanal sinus. This is the urogenital sinus, so suppose this is the urogenital sinus. Urogenital sinus. Two ducts arise from the back of the peritoneum, formed of vertical part, horizontal part, and vertical part. This is called para-mesonephric duct or Mullerian duct. Later on, this vertical part united with each other like this, united with each other to form this part called uterovaginal canal. Uterovaginal canal. The lower part of the uterovaginal canal in this area form solid tubercle called Mullerian tubercle. Mullerian tubercle. Also, the urogenital sinus form another tubercle here, tubercle from the urogenital sinus. This tubercle called sino-vaginal bulb or sino-vaginal plate. Later on, the septum here disappear and the canalization occur in the Mullerian tubercle and the sino-vaginal plate to form. So now this is the uterus and this is the vagina. Now the uterus, this is the uterus, this is the fallopian tube, forms the fallopian tube, and the uterus. Uterus formed by part from black color from Mullerian duct or paramesomorphic duct, and the upper part of the vagina, also upper part of the vagina. In blue color from this plate, lower part of the vagina, lower part of the vagina after canalization. But also membrane remaining here called hymen. Later on, the ovary and the fallopian tube descend of the ovary with the fallopian tube in the broad ligament. This is development of the female genital ducts, development of the female genital ducts, the uterus, fallopian tube, and the vagina. The anomalies may be no fusion in the two ducts here, no fusion. So this part form uterus and يبقى هنا زرار uterus وفاجينا ويوترس and vagina اللي هو double uterus double vagina. No fusion in this area. Maybe a fusion occur here, or fusion occur in this area, but still a uterus like this and single vagina here called the bicornate uterus, or maybe septate uterus, septum in the uterus, or maybe uterus having a rudimentary horn, or maybe no canalization in this area, atresia of the cervix or atresia in region of the vagina. This is a congenital anomalies related to the development of the female genital ducts. Development of male and female external genitalia. Development of male and female external genitalia. From this diagram, this is the cloaca and this is the cloacal membrane. We can see the cloacal membrane from down like this. This is the cloacal membrane. This area. In front of the cloacal membrane from the ectoderm here, there are tubercle from the ectoderm from black color. This tubercle called genital tubercle, and this is the cloacal membrane. Later on, the cloacal membrane fold like this, called the cloacal fold, and another posterior fold called anal fold. This is the cloacal fold and this anal fold. By division of the cloaca into two parts, urogenital sinus and rectoanal sinus. Surround the cloacal fold, another fold appear, هنا, and this, remember this is tubercle called genital tubercle from ectoderm. Surround the cloacal fold, there are another fold here called genital swelling or genital fold. This is in different stage. This embryo may be developed as male or developed as female. If this embryo developed as male embryo, the genital tubercle, this is the genital tubercle. The genital tubercle elongated forward, the genital tubercle, this is the genital tubercle, elongate forward, dragging this fold with it. And now it's called urethral fold. Urethral fold. The urethra present here. If we make cross section like this is the urethral fold. The urethral fold open downward. So the urethral fold which open downward urethral fold like this become open downward. Later on the urethral fold close completely to form a urethra. Now this is urethra present here, and in this area genital tubercle is a solid tubercle, but the urethral fold leaving and opening down in this area. Now the urethra present here, leaving opening downward. Later, this fold, which called genital swelling, form scrotum. Later on, in this area, ectoderm, from the ectodermal cord, solid ectodermal cord formed here, and later on it will become canalized and open here, and the urethra closed from down. So the urethra formed of two parts, endodermal part and ectodermal part. Endodermal part from urogenital sinus, ectodermal part from this tubercle. This is the development of the male external genitalia. In anomalies, sometimes the urethra present have opening downward called hypospadias. This opening either present near the glans penis or in the middle or near the scrotum. If this embryo developed as female embryo, this is in different stage. In female embryo, the urethral fold remain as what's called labium minor. The genital fold form what is called labium major, and genital tubercle form what's called clitoris. So this is in different stage, and this is the development of the female external genitalia. The urethral fold become labium minor, genital swelling or genital fold become labium major, while tubercle become the clitoris. This is the development of the female external genitalia. شكرا. ثانك يو.